Welcome to Reading with Kermie. Chris here, aka Kermie, myself. I have been on in a couple weeks to do a Reading with Kermie or Kermie karaoke. And today, this afternoon, I'm lounging around the house and I feel inspired. And I've moved my little mini studio for right now by the tree for a little background for y'all to see and enjoy. I hope that works for you. Works for me. I feel at peace at the moment. And the reason why I came on Reading Kermie today and wanted to read a chapter is because I just felt like I needed a little bit of wisdom. You know, we're back on lockdown 2.0 again, so, I ended up finally finding a job after 8.5, 9 months and worked for about a month. Lockdown again, so, it is what it is. We deal with what we got, and we push through to the other side. Sometimes it just takes a while, and sometimes it happens overnight. This whole situation obviously isn't happening overnight. It's almost been a year now. But anyway, this is Reading with Kermie. I hope everybody's doing well and staying focused on self and growth and what have you. I mean, what else we're going to do? We're not... a lot of us, I know some of you are essential workers, but a lot of us, like myself, aren't working right now. Back on staycation. So, here I am back on Reading Kermie. We are actually going to start this before I just continue blabbing on and totally disqualify the whole Reading Kermie. Not going to do that. So, this is Don't Stress the Small Stuff. It's just small stuff with the family. And this is book 2 out of a 3-book trilogy, and we're on chapter 75. So, hope everybody has nestled up and having their reading ears on. I'll tell you a little story. Now, I got a little chapter to share. I'd like to share with you guys. Recognize when someone doesn't have an eye for something. Okay, I'm listening. Let's do it. You may have heard the expression, he doesn't have the eye for it. In case you haven't, it means that the person you are referring to literally can't see what you are talking about. He or she can't understand or internalize it. For example, I remember trying to teach my oldest daughter to add 2 numbers together, like the rest of us, before she saw how the principle of addition works. In real life, she was stuck using her fingers and anything else necessary to add the numbers together. But like magic, the moment it clicked, the instant she developed the eye for it, she was on her way. Alright. Needless to say, I would have been foolish and cruel to get angry at her for not having the eye for math before she was developmentally ready. Instead, like most caring parents, my wife and I tried to be patient and allow her the necessary time to digest and understand the material. It's easy to see how relevant having the eye for something is when we're talking about a 5 or 6-year-old learning to add. It's something else entirely when we assume that someone should know something, yet in every bit, and yet, it's important that let me start that paragraph. My head's cut off. Let me start that paragraph over. It's easy to see how relevant having an eye for something is when we're talking about a 5 or 6-year-old learning to add. It's something else entirely when we assume that someone should know something, yet it's every bit as important. For example, the light's kind of weird, the fuzzy lights. If you have a sloppy spouse, you probably assume, perhaps incorrectly, that he or she truly understands what it means to clean something up, or to live with a budget, or live within a budget. You might make similar categorical assumptions about your children over such things as the meaning of quiet, patience, being nice, and other things you and I take for granted. The truth is, however, that many of the things we assume are generally knowledge are nothing of the sort. In many instances, the problem isn't that a person doesn't want to or is unwilling to help, but simply that he or she doesn't have the eye for what you are asking him or her to do. It's like you're speaking different languages. True. We all been in those situations. Awkward. When you take this possibility into consideration, your level of frustration will drop dramatically. Perspective and compassion will replace your demands and judgments. Rather than acting out from a place of stress, you'll be more than likely to become a patient teacher, a participant in the process of helping another person develop the eye for something. The person you are dealing with will become much easier to work with. You'll be bringing out the best in him or her rather than the worst. My wife had an interesting realization about one of our favorite babysitters. Although she was an excellent sitter with the kids, we would come home from a night out and the kitchen would look like a bomb had just struck. We were constantly reminding her to clean up any messes she made, to which she would respond, "No problem," yet we'd come home to the same giant mess each and every time. We were getting very frustrated and was considering not using her again. When Chris had the insight that the sitter might honestly not know what we mean by clean it all up, to our great surprise, Chris was right. To our babysitter, the kitchen was as clean as it needed to be. Apparently, her own kitchen frankly looked like messy. It wasn't treated as a big deal in her home, but to us, it was a big deal. Okay. The story has a happy ending. Chris and I spent about 30 minutes showing her exactly what was expected and how to go about it. To this day, the kitchen has been spotless every time we come home from a date. The secret wasn't to yell and scream or get frustrated and to fire her. It was to help her develop the eye for a clean kitchen. Experiment with this one and you'll solve many of your day-to-day issues quickly and easily. Bam! That's good reading. I think I gotta get my eyes checked though. I was reading that and it's getting a little fuzzy. But I've been saying that for a long time and I haven't done it yet. But I'm reminding myself now. So you guys heard it first. I need to get my eyes checked. So hopefully soon. But anyway, that was a good chapter. And as I was reading that, I was thinking about my household situation. You know, and I've talked about this on Reading Kermie before, how my sister hoards things and there's boxes and totes of stuff everywhere. But miracles happen. She got a best friend of hers she's known for 20 years to move in here in an apartment complex. She's been going over there nice and often, and, you know, she sees her apartment clean. She got the eye for it, a clean apartment. She cleaned up after our apartment had piles for like the last year and a half we lived here. I couldn't sit here at the dining table where I'm at now until now. It's been great. And we got a Christmas tree, Christmas decorations up in a clean apartment to boot. So, yes, it does happen. Anyway, like I said earlier, I hope you guys are well. I haven't really been very social, and a lot of people haven't either due to this lockdown situation. Just please hang in there and know that, you know, we're going to make it through and we're going to be better people because we've had a chance to take a break with things, and for me anyway, almost a year I've had off work, which is crazy, but anyway, almost a year I've had off work, but nothing but me and myself, so a lot of time for some personal growth, and I feel like I have, and still growing, preparing myself to whatever comes next in my life. Been on pause for a long time. It's time to get up and do something. Experience. Find that desire and passion again, you know what I mean? So anyway, hope you guys got something out of that reading. I know I've been talking off topic, but, lately, just like a lot of us have been going through this emotional roller coaster called Corona. And now the elections, but I'm not going to get political. I'm just going to say, I love y'all, and I feel for everybody, and I hope everybody just keeps that faith and strength within themselves. And I just want to say I love you guys, and wish you happy holidays. And I'm sure I'll have reading with Kermies and Kermie karaoke's before Christmas, so I'll see you again. Peace!